Hello and welcome to Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town. We're here today at St. John Vianney School in Colonia, Grammar School in Colonia, with the members of the St. John Student Council and all of the food that they collected. We are at the tail end of our Have a Heart Drive, which ends today, Valentine's Day, February 14th. But we are extending it for another week because, frankly, so much money and food are coming in that we need more time to count it and collect it and get it moving. So today is toward the end of it, but we thought it was very important to come out here and recognize these kids for the great job that they've done. Let me start with their advisor, Mrs. Bartolotti, and ask you if you'd like to say a few words about this effort.
Thank you. I am one of the student council moderators with Mrs. Perona, who is not able to be here today. The student council organized this food drive. We sent home flyers with all the students, and the goal was to have everybody participate. So if they brought in a non-perishable food, they were able to do a Valentine's Day dress down, which is why we're all kind of dressed casual today. And as you can see, we collected an awful lot of food. This was all brought in this morning. From what I understand, there are some students who forgot their food and will be bringing it in tomorrow, so we'll probably have even more. In addition to just the regular food that we've collected, the student council members themselves were assigned to bring in materials to make up a birthday bag. What we have put together was a bag that contains cake mix, frosting, party hats, paper plates, anything that the students wanted to bring in for their bag for somebody who's celebrating a birthday. When people come to a food bank,
Wow.
one of the things
That's
that
a cool idea.
they can't do the extras. So if they come in and they have somebody celebrating a birthday, they can get one of these bags. We're going to make up, I believe, 12 of these bags.
Oh, wow.
So it's something a little bit extra, and we had done this in the past, and it was very well received. So the students were more than gracious to bring in, like I said, the party supplies, the cake mixes, and things like that. That's just all donated by the student council.
So how long have you been doing the food drive?
It was just today. It was
Just
a one-day thing.
But not last year, the year before?
Oh, yeah, we've been doing this for
Oh,
years.
so I meant, okay,
yes.
okay, so-
But in the past, we would have it where, over a period of a week,
Okay.
students would bring in food. We found that when we limited it to one day, and there was that incentive to dress down, which is a big thing in a Catholic school, everybody wanted to do it, so.
And whose idea was that?
I think it's been done the last year.
Okay.
Maybe even 2 years ago. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
But it's very well received, and as you can see, the people were very generous. So.
Great. Let me ask Debbie Meehan. We're in Colonia, so Debbie's the 5th Ward Councilwoman. You want to say a few words about this great effort?
Sure. It's so good to come out to these schools and see the children's effort and to let them know that it's so important to help people that don't have enough to eat and to do these drives and just to remember them, well, not just during our holidays, just all year round. It really makes a difference. It makes our township so strong and so wonderful. And I applaud all of you for doing what you do for people that need help.
Thank you. And now we have Emma Yepes-Ziegenbalg. She is a local chiropractor. If you can believe, once she actually fixed my neck. I don't know how a woman this small and slight can actually fix somebody as huge as me. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense, but she did it, and she did it well. Tell me about your involvement here in St. John's.
My daughter comes to school at St. John's. She loves it here. I love it here. It's a beautiful place to be, family-oriented, very concerned with the community and keeping the community together. It's a patriotic school that it's such a pleasure to have the full spectrum of growing up in this one place that we love very much.
Thanks. And now, boys and girls, this is Peter Barcelona. He works for the town in the health department. He's actually the conscience of the food drive in Woodbridge Township. Back in the 90s, he started this whole program. And the reason to Have a Heart started when it did is because, or when it is scheduled for, is because, everybody thinks of food drives around Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's always on people's mind, let's do something. But then January and February rolled around, cold weather, snow, people just forget about it. So Peter started this effort just for February. So Peter, you want to say a few words?
Thank you, Mayor. Again, I thank the mayor and the administration for their support of Have a Heart Food Drive, because without their support, the drive would not be successful as it is. We've collected close to $30,000 to date. We're in the 16,000-pound range. We have about 8 more pickups today, and as the mayor said, we're extending it a week because the calls are coming in quicker than we can pick it up at this point. We thank St. John Vianney for their participation and the school system as a whole, the business community, and just the public at large for this great success of the program so far. And so we look forward to wrapping it up in the next week. Any questions, you can call me at the health center. We're still taking food, still taking money, and we'll wrap it up in the next week or so.
Tell the students why the money's important.
The money's important because as you can tell with the birthday bags, and they've done this in the past for us in our food pantries, which works out well because when our clients come into the food pantries, we take general information, ages of the children, birthdays of the children for record keeping. So we know when the kids' birthdays are, so we keep these birthday bags in the back room. So when someone comes in, we can offer them a birthday bag. Obviously, if someone's in need, the last thing they need to be thinking about is cake mix, icing, and stuff. So this is an added bonus to someone that comes to the food pantry, and it's a nice, compassionate way of helping somebody out with the birthday bags. But the monies that we collect, the money is divided amongst our 11 food pantries. And they use that. We belong to the Community Food Bank in Hillside, which is a state warehouse up in Hillside. And we can actually buy food there through a state food purchase program from 15 to 19 cents a pound. So we can buy pallets of food at a very low cost. So the food that doesn't come into the food drive, we can supplement it from Hillside, which helps us keep a basic staples of food at the food pantry.
And plus, what about milk and bread?
Yeah,
and
and then
cheese
we
that
also
things that
use
go
it.
bad?
We also use it for non-perishables, where they can use it. We'll use the money. The pantries will use the money to purchase ShopRite gift cards, where they can buy perishables, eggs, milk, meats, things that are not coming from the Community Food Bank at Hillside. So we try to give them a rounded diet at that point.
All right, terrific. Now, you know, Durkak, you know you're going to be up here, right? You know you're doing it, right? You know you're the first kid I'm going to ask to speak, right? Come on up. Tell me about the food drive. Tell me what you did and tell me why you think it's important.
Well, I think the birthday boxes that the student council did was a great idea because I think most kids want they want their birthday to be filled with the things that we put in these birthday boxes, and when they want the stuff that we want. So imagine if you couldn't have the stuff that you always get. So that's why we gave all these kids the stuff that they want for their birthdays.
Very good, very good. Good job, man. Okay, how about you, young lady? Come on up. No, you. Come on up. Tell me about the food drive and why it's important that we do this right now for our community.
Okay, I think the food drive is really important because there's people less fortunate around our community and around the world. And I think doing something like this will help people out a lot more.
Terrific, terrific. Anybody else? Do you have any more volunteers? Little guy over there, come on up, man. Tell me, do you understand, our neighbors, people we, live near, go to bed hungry. We're in a nice town, Colonia, it's a good place, good part of Woodbridge, all of Woodbridge is great, but there's probably people on your block that go to bed hungry. So tell me, what do you think about this drive and why it's important? No, you're good. You're here. It'll pick you up. Go ahead.
Well, I really think that this is important because, like the mayor said, a lot of people go to bed hungry, and oftentimes we have enough food as normal people, or not normal people, as more fortunate people.
That's right.
And we often don't appreciate the fact that we have food because we've had it all our lives. But the people that don't have food, obviously they appreciate it a lot more, and they also appreciate all the efforts of all the schools that are giving to the food drive.
Wow, terrific. Nice pink, man. You know what? Not every guy can wear pink, Very impressive. Oh, he's out more. How old are you? 12. Okay, so I run again. You'll be 15. You can't run. 19, you'll be in college. 23, you'll be getting married. When you're 27, you can run. I'll be 90, so it'll be okay. Let me ask John O'Halloran is the vice principal here. This is a great school. Look, it's my home parish. It's where my kid went to grammar school. I have a soft spot in my heart for St. John's, but this school does so much. I can think of all the times I've been out here with the kids doing events. The one that comes to mind most of all is when Arzano, I forget her first name, but Alexa, and she ran this program. She has a brother with autism, and she ran a program to collect stuff and bring it to the place where it was just an amazing, heartwarming story that she thought of this, and all her friends jumped in and helped her. It was just terrific. Mr. O'Halloran, you want to say a few words?
I'd like to thank all the children in the school, not just the student council, but everybody for what they've done. And as the mayor says, I remember the years ago when Alexa first started doing the fund drives for the autism and stuff, and the whole school got behind it. And that type of giving has continued on to this day, and I'm sure it will continue on in St. John's because that's what we're about, giving to people who may not always have everything we have. Not only do the food drive like this, but around Christmas time, the toy drive that our student council runs. We're also collecting other goods for other shelters, hair supplies, shampoo, toothpaste, things like that. So it doesn't just go once, but it's all throughout the whole school year with these children. And obviously, my staff also always contribute equally to everything. So we really are proud of them. We know that going forward into high school, many of these will be graduating this year, that they'll take that same type of spirit into the schools that they're moving on into. Thank you all.
Thank you, Jenny. Thanks, pal. All right, thank you very much. I hope you guys really feel good. You make a difference in people's lives, which is what we try to do every day. You're actually making it possible for somebody to not go to bed hungry, which is, what can you say more about that you've helped somebody not go to bed hungry? So congratulations. Great job.